Good morning, world. It's your girl, Dominique Spinelli, and I need you to check out my outfit. I'm so fire. I'm so fire. Check out my outfit. Check out my outfit. Look, double bows. Got the bow. I'm so fire. I got my little Mary Janes on. You can't see them, but they're cute. Got a little heel to it. I got a meeting tonight. Tonight is an informal meeting for the city. And yeah, I mean, I honestly just felt like dressing up, and I'm killing the club. And check out my nails. I did it yesterday. Okay. All right. What else do I have to say? That's pretty much it. Let's lay this news down. I'm just excited about my outfit. Okay, I love when I look like a professional who's fly. You know, like there's just certain looks that do it for me, and this is one of them. I'm wearing white. Your girl got bow ties. What? She got the white eyeliner on. She's bugging. Who am I? I'm Dominique Spinelli. Nice to meet you. All right. And I got coffee back. Lent is over, y'all. I got coffee back. It don't hit the same way because I know what God was trying to tell me during Lent. But I feel a little something. All right, let's lay this news down because I have an interview at like 11:30. You ready? I'm ready. Dresden schools have 2 events going on tonight. Dresden Elementary will host a TCAP trivia night at the school from 5 to 6 this evening for families of 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade students. Meanwhile, Dresden Middle School will host a spring band concert tonight at 6:30 in the middle school gymnasium. Okay. A power outage affected portions of West Tennessee. Do it again. A power outage affected portions of Northwest Tennessee and Western Kentucky on Easter Sunday. The Tennessee Valley Authority had an issue on its system, which caused an outage for 855 homes and businesses of Gibson Electric. The outage began just before 11:30 in parts of Obion and Lake County, along with Fulton County. Gibson Electric reported the issue causing the outage was a TVA lightning arrestor. Power was restored on the system around 1. Clean cut. Nice. Eligible donors can win an MZ Bad Boy mower by making a donation at a local Lifeline Bloodmobile. The Bloodmobile will be taking donations at the Gibson County Courthouse today from noon to 5:30. Thursday, they'll be taking blood donations at Dresden Elementary from 12:30 to 5:30. The deadline to enter the drawing is Saturday, and the winner will be announced Monday. Gasoline prices took a spike last week in Tennessee. AAA reported prices at the pump jumped 22 cents on average, boosting the Tennessee gas price average to $3.85 a gallon. The current average is 97 cents more than 1 month ago and $1.06 more expensive than a year ago. AAA spokeswoman Megan Cooper said the continued increase in gas prices will depend on how long the Iran conflict continues to disrupt global fuel supplies. Since the conflict escalated in early March, Tennessee's gas prices on average have jumped about $1.30 a gallon at the pump. The Tennessee Supreme Court permanently disbarred Madison County Attorney Marcus Allen Lippum from practicing law. The disbarment, effective April 1st, and ordered him to pay restitution to Let's start that over. The disbarment was effective April 1st and ordered him to pay restitution to 7 former clients in the total amount of $26,500. After a final hearing on a disciplinary petition containing 9 separate complaints, Lippum was ordered to pay restitution to the individuals. The Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency reported their 4th drowning accident of the year on Easter Sunday. TWRA officers were called to Timms Ford Lake in Moore County just before 5:30 Sunday afternoon. A preliminary investigation indicated 24-year-old Blake Lewis of Tullahoma was in a paddlecraft-style vessel with a friend when he fell overboard. The friend in the other vessel threw multiple flotation devices into the water, but Lewis was unable to reach them before disappearing under the water. Emergency personnel arrived at the scene and used sonar to recover the body of Lewis just after 7 o'clock. TWRA reports said he was not wearing a personal flotation device at the time of the accident. Beginning next school year, Gleason School will have a cross-country program for grades 6 to 12. At the recent weekly county school board meeting, the board approved a proposal to begin a cross-country program for Gleason School.
Consider request from Gleason School to add cross-country grades 6 through 12. As a school, we have Principal Lawrence here to answer any questions you might have. But is there a motion to approve?
Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Ms. Tracy. Good morning, Ms. Stephanie.
Okay, this is for 26, 27.
Okay, yeah.
So it was starting to fall, and then we put the coaching stipend in the budget.
Okay.
And they have a track team already?
No, this would just be cross-country, so they could compete at Dresden.
Yeah, any other comments or questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? And the motion carries.
The next weekly county school board meeting will take place Thursday, May 7th at 5 at the Board of Education in Dresden. The Tennessee Department of Transportation has announced a paving project underway in Dyersburg. The project on U.S. Highway 51 in Dyersburg started Monday and will cover approximately 5.5 miles. TDOT reports said the paving work will extend from Reagan-Levy Road to near US 412. Construction will take place during both daytime and nighttime hours, and motorists should expect intermittent lane closures throughout the duration of the work. The $10.4 million project is scheduled for completion on or before October 31st, with Ford Construction serving as the contractor. It just hit me, a story that I have to write. I think that man's name is Randall Winston. Randall Winston. That's correct. That's how the saved bite, the soundbite is saved. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Union City Police have issued a Class E felony warrant for a New York man. The warrant for 46-year-old Eric Logg of Wellsville came after an investigation into his recent maintenance work at the Quality Inn on West Reelfoot Avenue. Union City Police were dispatched to the hotel on April 2nd, when it was discovered that Logg had used the business account at a local business to make an unauthorized purchase of tools. The police report said Logg was brought to Union City to do maintenance work by the business owner, but was fired for unsatisfactory work after 8 to 10 days. Contact with the Wellsville, New York Police Department also revealed their search for Logg for an outstanding warrant. After confirming Logg was the person responsible for purchasing the tools, the warrant for theft over $1,000 was obtained. Discovery Park of America was recently honored with 4 awards during the Tennessee Association of Museums annual conference. This year's conference took place at Discovery Park and included museum professionals from across the state for 3 days of collaboration, learning, and networking. During the Association of Museums Awards ceremony, the Union City Museum was presented 2 awards of commendation for their fundraising campaign, Dueling Pianos for the Kirkland Scholarship Fund, and for public programming with the David Crockett Homestead and Heritage Day. Discovery Park was also presented 2 awards of excellence for audio-visual exhibit component, for the restoration of the 1913 locomotive, and the J.C. Stalsman's Living Historians for volunteer work at the Union City location. Whew. Yeah, that was one of those, I'm just waiting to trip a brother up. Good morning. You too, Miss Stephanie. The Union City School System will be enhancing school safety with the use of portable metal detectors. School Communications Director Mike Hutchins said the school system's recent decision will now randomly employ the metal detectors at the high school and middle school, along with almost all school-related sporting events. The decision by school administration is viewed as a deterrent to potential future issues and will serve as another layer of security for students, fans, and visitors, reinforcing the policies and procedures already in place. Along with metal detectors, the system is also in the process of upgrading its camera systems at all 3 campuses, adding 18 additional cameras. Plans call for the metal detectors to be randomly put in place at school entrances. My nose is stuffy. Let's try that again. Plans call for the metal detectors to be randomly put in place at school entrances at the high school and the middle school on an unannounced weekly basis. The high school will have 3 of the detectors, while the middle school will have 2. I like this new perfume I've got on. I like this a lot. Friday night is the 2nd annual Jackson's Got Talent fundraiser at 7 at the Ned in downtown Jackson. Performers will showcase their vocal talents in hopes of being this year's winner. Event and marketing coordinator for the Carl Perkins Center, Molly Connor, tells us what's at stake.
It's actually a few different prizes. There is first, second, and third place. And then we have a Judge's Choice Award, a Rising Star Award, and then a People's Choice Award. And for the first, second, and third prizes, there are cash prizes. And then first place is really neat. We have different opportunities for them to appear on different media. They get interviews on WVJ and Six in the City. And they also get to interview with a talent agent and perform on our Circles of Hope telethon that we have in August every year. And then the second place winner, they get a few appearances at different places, and same for third. But first place has a really cool different range of opportunities.
Money raised goes to the Carl Perkins Center for victims of abuse in West Tennessee. Ms. Connor tells us about the impact fundraisers like Jackson's Got Talent make in our community.
Our last year throughout West Tennessee, we served 3,043 children, and then the total individuals, we served 5,301, 1,850 families we served.
She goes on to say the best part is everyone coming together.
You know, we always say too, like, we would love to be able to, like, close the door and not have to do this. Child abuse is a terrible thing, but that's what we're here to do, and we're just blessed to be able to provide services all throughout West Tennessee. From my perspective, just how many people that volunteer and get involved here. I mean, we have people from all different occupations with all different skill sets, and just seeing them all come together for one common purpose to not only prevent child abuse, but to help support those families, whether they are here in Madison County or whether they're, you know, spread out all over West Tennessee. We all have so many different gifts and talents, but it's just amazing in my role working with events and seeing all of our volunteers and just committee members and our board members and all come together for one common goal, and it's really special. It's really sweet.
Okay, and that's the end of that. A West Tennessee man has pleaded guilty for possession of child pornography. 34-year-old Clint Wolf of Selmer is behind bars after a guilty plea for possession of child porn. A judge sentenced him to more than 8 years in prison and then 5 years of probation. Investigators said electronic devices contained hundreds of photos and videos of young children. FBI agents seized multiple phones and devices at Wolf's home in Selmer. Prosecutors said these devices showed more than 600 images with children as young as 12 engaging in sexually explicit content. Wolf is serving time in an Illinois prison and will be eligible for release from prison in 2034. Last one, y'all. Last one. An inmate released from the Fulton County Detention Center last Wednesday has been located. Kentucky State Police at Post 1 said 29-year-old Alexander Penman was located after he did not arrive at his scheduled trip to the Dismas Charities St. Patrick's Halfway House in Louisville. Following his release from the Hickman Detention Center, State Police said Penman received a ride from Fulton to a Greyhound bus stop in Madisonville. From there, he was scheduled to travel by bus to Louisville with a stop in Nashville. Penman was expected to arrive at the halfway house on Thursday, but reportedly did not arrive. All right, let me fix that. Right here. Right there. Clean cut. All right. Okay, so that's all on that. I think I'm going to read the sports now just because I'm already here and I'm early, right? Usually I start these broadcasts at 10:30. Yes, I'm on a strict schedule. But like I said, I have an interview at 11 something, so that's why I started early. Let's read the sports, shall we? Here's your sports news. The Tennessee Lady Vols struggles haven't... Maybe I should have did a rough read. Let's do it. The Tennessee Lady Vols struggles haven't ended since finishing the season on an 8-game skid capped by a first-round NCAA tournament loss. Coach Kim Caldwell had no players with eligibility left wanting to play for Tennessee anymore as of Monday. Jada Civil was the last player with eligibility remaining, only to announce Monday morning her departure after one season. Civil was part of Caldwell's 2025 recruiting class, rated number 1 nationally by 24/7 Sports. She joined 4 other Lady Vols in the portal that opened Monday, including Talasia Cooper, Kanaya Boyd, Alyssa Latham, and Lauren Hurst. James Wood, Brady House, and C.J. Abrams homered during a 6-run 8th inning, and the Washington Nationals rallied for a 9-6 victory last night over the St. Louis Cardinals. Jose Soriano pitched 8 dominant innings, and the Los Angeles Angels got home runs from Zach Neto and Joe Adele in a 6-2 victory over the Atlanta Braves last night. For the Interleague, Tampa Bay beat the Chicago Cubs 6-4. Milwaukee won over Boston 8-6. The LA Dodgers beat Toronto 14-2. Colorado beat Houston 9-7. And the LA Angels beat the Atlanta Braves 6-2. In the American League, Kansas City won over Cleveland 4-2. Baltimore beat the Chicago White Sox 2-1. Minnesota won over Detroit 7-3, and Texas beat Seattle 2-1. For the National League, Cincinnati won over Miami 2-0. San Diego beat Pittsburgh 5-0. Washington won over St. Louis 9-6, and Philadelphia beat San Francisco 6-4. Tonight in high school baseball, Ripley at Westview, South Fulton at Union City, Dresden at Greenfield, Obion Central at Haywood, Gleason at Lake County, Mackenzie at Hollow Rock Brewston, and Bradford at Middleton. For high school softball, Westview at Peabody, Dresden at South Fulton, Obion Central at Union City, Gleason at Greenfield, and Bradford at Middleton. In boys soccer, Westview at Huntingdon, Obion Central at Crockett County, Northwest at Henry County, TCA at Dyer County, Peabody at JCM, McNairy Central at Dyersburg, and South Gibson at USJ. In the NHL, the Nashville Predators will face the Anaheim Ducks. That's sports on WCMT. I'm Dominique Spinelli. Boom. All right, y'all. I got like 2 cuts to do in there, but I'll fix it. Yeah, that's it. Have a great day. Be great. Be fabulous.